Hey everybody, Ryan here from Android Coliseum. I'm here to review today on the Xiaomi Mi Band 4. I really like the Mi Band 3. I thought it was a great value for dollar in terms of activity trackers out there. It's really hard to beat. The Mi Band 4 adds in a slightly better battery and it has color screen on it. So I don't know if you can try to make sure it comes into the display very well for you. So yeah, this comparatively to any other Fitbit out there, this is only $33, 33 American, and this is the model actually comes with the NFC Pay as well, but it only works with Alipay. But I'll get into that. So for $33, it was a perfect buy, I thought, for me, just to try it out. As you know, I'm getting a little tired of Android Wear, but let's see how this works out. Uses the same band that the 3 uses as well. So you can, if you still have some nice bands from your 3, or you buy these on Amazon really cheaply, it just kind of snaps into place. And there you go. And then you can adjust, and it's reversible, so that's not on right. It's a reversible so that if you want to have it on this side or that side, depending on where you want the bottom to be, this is upside down for me. So this is my biggest problem I find, is that with the 3, we had a little concave button area. This guy, you just have, I don't know if you can see that so well, but there's a little circle there. But it's hard to tell which side is up when you want to use it. So you just flip it around if you want it the other way around. And it's nice that you can do that. You have that option. It's very easy to do. And with my Mi Band 3, I've used that a lot, and I haven't noticed any wear and tear on that band. So whatever works for you. You'll also notice that it has charging port pins right there. And the charging, and I was really upset they didn't use the same models they had before. So it's a different one. And so far I haven't had any issue with it connecting, doing that. But again, I would be a little cautious over time that I'm having my wrist against 2 little charging pins there, that it's eventually going to cause an issue or have some issues there. All right, let's take a look at it. So we turn it on, we have a color display. So a color display, and you have the same sort of swipe up and down to go through your settings. So you go through, kind of neat. It has all of them. You can play around with what you want and what you don't want on the app. I can get to the app in a bit here. But you pick one, you tap it, and you can see your features. You can swipe back to go back to the main screen, go up one, go heart rate, workouts. What's kind of nice is now workouts has multiple different types of workouts that you can choose from, versus you just only had treadmill, running, and exercise. Now you have a couple different options to play around with, which is kind of nice. Neater still is that you can tap it and it'll check for your GPS. So you can run with just this. The only thing is, once you are running with just this, you can't hit the home button to go and check a notification or control music. You don't have that option. So to turn it off, you got to hold down and then hit stop there. And it's saying it's too short to count as an actual item. So there's our options. We also have weather, and you can play around with that. And then settings. Now, what was kind of nice, I'll go back here, is if I'm at the main screen, I can swipe, bring that into focus. I can go backwards and go into another settings, which is kind of nice that I can go straight the other way if I needed to, instead of swiping all the way down. You know, kind of to get there, I can just go ahead into that. Oops. Go down and bring it to more. In more, you can't swipe up and down between these. So if you want to go all the way to the bottom, you have to go all the way to the bottom. I believe with the other guy, the 3, you could do that. So you can play around with different things like brightness, lock screen, reboot it, etc. This is, you can play around with the display. Would you like your style? And I'll show you how you can play around with that in the app. It does have Alipay. It only works with Alipay. You can't, as far as I can tell, work at something else. And then because it's got a little better display, you can play around with things like the timer. How long, oops. So you can set your own timer. on there. That was kind of neat. Set alarms, etc. One of my favorite features about it is, because I tend to use this when I'm, let's say, running or something, is that I actually have the option. So if you swipe this way, that's if you go to set up Alipay. But I don't have Alipay. But then there's the music controls. So if you're playing music, it'll play it, and then it can go back and forth. So kind of nice, you can control it all with that. So, and it comes with a little charger. Again, I wish that the little charger would have been the same one the 3 used. I don't know why they went with something different, but that's just what it is. What else to talk about? Yeah, I think it's a really good opportunity. I don't know if you want to see in the app. So you could go and take a look at that Mi Band, and you can play around with the display settings. So you have a new option which you didn't have before in the 3, and you can see all the different display options. Now I haven't really quite figured out how I want to get a custom one, how to get those custom ones put in there. But yeah, so you would pick one of these ones and you could sync it to your phone and then get that option. Kind of neat. I don't know if it's super necessary, but I think should be find an easier way to get your own custom ones. I think it would be easier. I haven't really figured that part out yet. Okay, so I'll have a full review on the website. If you have any questions, shoot away. Thanks.